If you're a lady, listen to me very careful. I was having a one-on-one conversation with a married woman who looks depressed. So during our conversation, I realized that she has really made the big mistake in her life. And now the mistake she made is really eating her up in her marriage as I'm speaking right now. So if you're a lady, listen to me very careful. If you're in a relationship with a man, or if you're in a relationship with your guy, and you see this warning signs I'm about to mention to you concerning him, you should not proceed to get married to him. Because if you get married to him, it's actually going to affect you in your marriage. It's really going to affect you in your marriage. So the first sign or the first warning sign you should not ignore is that he's secretive about his life and family. You could tell that, look, a healthy relationship will thrive when when you both partners are really transparent, or one another is transparent to each other. Because if there is no transparency in the relationship, it's really going to make the relationship look so bleak, and that is really going to affect you. Imagine you are in a relationship with someone, you don't know anything about the person. How are you going to feel if the person get married to you? Then you know nothing about him. Even if you are asked to, you know, say something about, your husband, or a little details about him, you know nothing about him. Whilst everybody is entitled to some privacy, I understand everybody have privacy, so you need not to intrude in anybody's privacy. But look, you've gotten married to him, so you need to know his background, what he does. As I'm talking to you right now, the woman doesn't know the type of work or the kind of work her husband does. Each and every time when she asks him, he tries to, and like dodge the questions and all sort of things. And the thing is also eating the woman up. This attitude of this man has really made the marriage looks uncomfortable for this woman. I understand that maybe he really talks about his upcoming, or maybe he deflects questions about his works. But the time you guys met, there are questions that you need to ask. Look, marriage or relationship is not all about the happiness. It's not all about the good sex you guys will normally, want. But it's about you knowing each other into the depth or the core of both of you. And also, one thing I realized that he avoids, discussing important things in the relationship, because according to the woman, each and every time when they want to have, important conversation, the man tries to ignore her. He doesn't open up to her to have an important conversation. Each and every time when she raises up, important conversation in the relationship for them to talk about, the man tries to ignore. That is a big sign that you shouldn't marry, someone if the communication is poor in the relationship or in the marriage. Because marriage involves navigating all sort of, decisions together, from finances, career managing, moves to raising the kids together, or planning, children, and also how to plan family issues. Because if your partner consistently, shuts down or gives you a silent treatment in a relationship, it's one of the things that kills relationship very faster. It's one of the things that is really a big sign and a warning sign, or a huge big red flag, that you shouldn't get noticed, that you shouldn't let it, slide off. If each and every time you bring up important things for you guys to discuss, and let's say you guys talk about future, how you guys want to navigate your future, or how you guys want to be committed to each other, but each and every time when you bring this up, he tries to boycott it. He doesn't want to even talk about it. When relationship go, a very long way, and it gets to a point in time, you realize that you indulge certain things that you need to open up. It is really going to affect you. At times, avoidance hinders into intimacy, and also prevents you from building a deep connection with each other. Is also one thing that is not good. How can you build a future together if you can't openly or be harnessed to your spouse? How is it going to be? It's actually not going to make you feel good in the marriage you guys are in. So from the scratch of the relationship, when you see all these things, you should not ignore them, because this woman is really, in a deep, should I say, in a dark world now. Because the way she was talking to me, I could feel her pain in during our conversation. So when you see that your man's reluctance to engage in meaningful conversation, he suggests maybe he's not ready for the level of vulnerability and also partnership, that marriage shouldn't come on. Don't allow him to even get married to you. And you could tell that each and every time when you guys are having a conversation or there's a conflict, you guys are unable to resolve conflict. This is one of the things that is really bad. And I know most couples are really facing this. When there's a conversation, when there is a conflict, for you guys to talk about and settle, then one tries to be very apathetic or fahu each and every time. When there's a conflict, then the person goes out. You guys are unable to resolve conflict. It is a big sign, because conflicts are inevitable in a relationship or in marriage. We all does not wish for conflict to happen in our marriages or in our relationship, but when the conflict comes, definitely we all are, we are from different walks of life. We are different. The way you were raised in your home is different from the way I was raised in my home. So we coming together, we have to be intertwined. We have to come together and solve petty things. At times you could listen to people's story and you could notice that certain conflicts are very easy to solve, but both of them are feeling very proud of themselves for one to understand each other. And understanding is one of the things that is good in marriage and also good in relationship. But if you notice that your partner is not very understandable, it is one of the things that you need to be very careful of, because when there is conflict, you guys will find it very difficult to even talk about it or to even solve the conflict in the relationship. Because if your fights consistently escalate, involve calling and personal attacks, it is really wrong. Because if you always have this kind of feelings that you need to solve this issue, and your partner always try to boycott it, or or your man always try to feel apathetic, you need to be very careful of the man you are really getting into. A partner who can't engage in healthy conflict or resolution by listening or compromising and even working towards a solution will likely struggle significantly in a marriage. You could tell that each and every time you guys have to engage to resolve conflict, he's not ready. In Tokwaba, na Montana Senka, he's not ready, or feel it too big to even talk to you, or even to even sit down to engage, for you guys to list out certain things that didn't go well in the relationship. Marriage requires teamwork and the ability to navigate challenges together. At times, I don't even understand certain people. Marriage is a teamwork. It is not, one selfish player who wants to be the man of the match each and every time. If both of you don't come together to teamwork to make the marriage a healthy or the relationship so successful, it is really going to affect you guys. You could tell that wow, are fair. So in the middle of the relationship, in the middle of the marriage, there is so much contemplated, there is so much issues. Then when you guys go for counseling and all sort of things, even we listen to you guys, you could tell that this issue or this conflict that even came up, it is just a matter of you guys opening up to each other honestly. It's just a matter of you guys showing each other respect, coming together to unable to resolve certain things. At times you could hear people's story and you could even marvel that maturity is one of the things I always wish that it could be very dominant in a relationship or in a marriage. Some partners are not matured enough. Even just a simple phone call, you called me, I wasn't able to pick, I text you, it has become a problem. So if you see all these signs in a man who always try to dodge, or when there is a misunderstanding for you guys to talk about, oh no and fun home at time the shirt at on sorry, it makes the relationship so uncomfortable for you. If your partner attempt to resolve issues leaving you feeling drowned or even resentful, consider whether this is a pattern you can live with for the rest of your life. At times certain ladies are to the extent that when you are getting married to, he has no respect. He treats you anyway, but because they are doing it like you just want to go. Others are really dying. I wish I could tell the woman that she should just walk out from the marriage, but ding, she has already gotten her foot in the marriage. Although you have to eat it for it to get finished. Also, one of the things that I noticed that he consistently dismisses your feelings and opinion. Oh, chewadrin, oh, your bantimen chewadrin. When you get into contact with this kind of men in marriage or this kind of men in a relationship, then you see to it that each and every time, oh my opinion, you are giving opinion, and he tried to keep you quiet, not to talk. You need to be very careful of the man you are going into a relationship with, because it will get to a point in time which he will say adio ye nyansa bi enim, sorry to say, but yet still he will still do it because he doesn't seek for your opinion. Each and every time when you bring your opinion, he sees to be very foolish. Tell your opinion about. As I'm feeling, validated and heard by your partner is crucial for a healthy and also a happy relationship. If your partner always, wants you to open up, at times when there is, when you guys are having a conversation and it's like, babe, what is your thought about this? It's really, good, because two heads are always better than one. So if he doesn't, engage you in any conversation or in any decision making, it is one of the things that really, you need not to let it go, or you need not to let it slide off. If you are in a, studying each other, if you're in that kind of stage in a relationship, don't let it slide off before you even get married to him, because when repair, he's not going to take your opinion. So if your guy tells you that you are too sensitive, accuses you of being dramatic, or really, dismisses your opinion as unimportant, it's not a good sign. No. So in a marriage, you should feel like your thoughts and feelings also matters equally. You need to get a man who will treat you equal. If there is a decision, what the but when you guys sit to analyze both opinions you guys are bring, it is good when he gives you the space to also show your opinion. It's one of the things that is also good, which is going to help your relationship. So this kind of constant dismissal is a form of, emotional invalidation, which can lead to resentment and low self-esteem, and feelings of you being unseen and also unheard in the relationship. Which means each and every time when there is a conversation or decision making, what do I look at? He tries to shut you down. Or feeling low self of one kasa. At times you feel like you are not, being a good wife, or being, a good person to the conversation he's trying to raise up, or decision now or taking in the house. Such men are really, difficult to handle when you get married to. So a partner who does not value your emotions now is unlikely to start once you guys are married. So you need to be very careful of the man you get married to. And also, I could realize that her husband was very disrespectful and was also rude to others. Although we have people who are very, rude and who are very disrespectful, but it gets to a point in time you need to unable to, adjust when you're in a relationship, because relationship respect is one of the things that is dominant. If the relationship lack respect, or the marriages lack respect, if you're a lady, listen to me very careful. If you marry a man who is very rude or who is very disrespectful, it is a sign you shouldn't even marry the guy. And worry no, because when you get married to him, he's very rude. He talks to you anywhere, like anyhow. He could throw shit to you. A guy who does that is a guy who lacks respect for others. So before you walk down the aisle, you need to pay close attention to your partner treats, how he even talk to people, or how his perceives are. But before you even get married to a man like this, you need to be very careful. Think about it. That the man who I'm getting married to is this like ombunipa, how much more, even if we get issues, how much more even if my family comes in, how is he going to even react? Because someone who is consistently rude or disrespectful to others reveal fundamental lack of empathy and character. Understand, maybe he might be on his best behavior with you now, but this underlying tendency are likely to surface in your marriage. and also especially when there's time of stress in the marriage. So, however, when you're about now this kind of signs I've mentioned, a man not being secretive or not yet transparent to you, he doesn't open up, he's disrespectful, he's rude, he doesn't seek for your opinion. Don't even worry yourself to get married to. And see, Utimu said he's very total. His behavior is totally disrespectful, and also he's so controlling. Onwa Omaon Kasa, he's so manipulative, he's so abusive, and also have trust issues within himself. If you get married to this type of man, you are really going to worry yourself. And also he's financially irresponsible. Or no, or no, there are certain things in the finances get very bad. He's so irresponsible in managing his finances. So when you get into marriage with this type of man like this, you are really going to suffer. Oh, you're about breath throughout your life. You go learn, you get depressed. Even if it gets to a point in time, you feel uncomfortable in the marriage. So if you're a lady, these are the warning signs of a man you shouldn't get married to. If you see this warning signs I've mentioned to you, don't get married. Men born whom say obewareno. Men born whom say you say yes when he proposed to you, because such men are really very difficult to deal with. I know most men will come into my DM and say us, and throw all sort of shades to me, but I understand. I've revealed a big secret to the ladies out there. So if you want to have a one-on-one section with me, just slide into my DM and let's have a conversation. My name is Mickey. I'm out.